Hi, so we're going to create an Azure resource group from Azure CLI, but this time we're going to be using the Azure Cloud Shell instead of the command prompt. So let's see how to do that. So we're back on our Azure portal and we'll need to click on the Azure Cloud Shell symbol, which is over here. So we'll click on that and we'll give it some time to load. And now we have the welcome to Azure Cloud Shell. So we'll click on bash, which is similar to what we have on the command prompt. So we'll click on bash. And we are using the subscription, which we already have. And we need to create a storage because it says here that Azure Cloud Shell requires an Azure file share to persist files. This will create a new storage account for you, and this will incur a small monthly cost. So the essence is to help with the Azure Cloud Shell. So we'll create the storage. We can confirm the storage by going to our resource groups, and we can see the Cloud Shell storage West Europe, and we can see the storage created and file shares, and here we'll have the location of our files. So let's go back to the command line, and now we have the CLI, which is for the Azure Cloud Shell. So let's use our Azure command, that is AZ, to prove that the Azure CLI is working, and we can see that it has given us all the Azure base commands that we have. So we're going to use the help command to give us more insight on how we can construct our command line instructions. So right now we're going to try Azure, then we'll do that help, and we can see that it specifies that AZ is the group, and the subgroups we can use with AZ are listed below. So we're going to create the new resource group. So we need to look for group. So if we come down here, we can see group, and it says manage resource groups and template deployment. So let's go down and type that one out as AZ group. Then we'll also use our help function. So instead of using a double dash, this time we can use one dash and a H, which also signifies help. And we can see that the group now Azure group, and it says commands, that is the subgroup log commands, and now you can create using the create command to create a new resource group. So let's create our new resource group. So to do that, we're also going to type out AZ group create. Then let's use our help command, and now we can see it says create location required name. So let's try that out. So we're going to create the name and the location. So say AZ group create, and we saw name, or we can also use just one dash with n, which is name, and we'll call this RG Lab 02 as our resource group name. And the location, we can put double dash location or just one dash L, and we will call that West Europe, which is fine, and press enter. So now we can see that our provisioning state has been successful because it says succeeded here. And let's now list the resource groups we have. So AZ group, then remember, let's use help command, and now we can see that you can list the resource groups. So AZ group list, and this time we want it to be outputted into the table format. So we can do double dash output, or we can just use a single dash with O and table. And now we see that our resource group has been created, as we see here. RG Lab 02 in West Europe succeeded. So let's confirm that we also have that on our Azure portal. So I'm going to minimize this, and we will check and see our resource groups. And now we can see RG Lab 02, which is ready to be used. So we've successfully created the resource group from the command line on Azure Cloud Shell.